Hello, good morning and welcome. It's not long after dawn here in Scotland. Storm Aidan has hit and there has been the usual debris left all over the place. Had to rescue our patio umbrella as it was heading towards the canal yesterday afternoon. So what a week there is ahead of us. Not only a week in the past but a week ahead. It is the American election, which I'll come to in a little while. There will be little doubt about how I feel. I am here with almost empty bird feeders behind me, which need to be filled up, as Halloween was last night and the horror of the presidency in the United States over the last 4 years looks, hopefully, as though it's going to come to an end. This week, in terms of writing for Ringside Report, I have been looking at Relikh and also the furore that came over Rudy Giuliani's hands being down his trousers in a hotel room, which is part of the new Borat film. I also have From the Kale Yard to send on, which will be a heartfelt plea to the American people to put an end to what they started 4 years ago. For Talking Boys, we were looking at the Usyk-Chisora fight, which ended almost predictably, in a sense, with an Usyk win, but with some questions still waiting to be answered. I think after that fight, though, you can't take away from Alexander Usyk being an amazing boxer. The birth of a marvellous boxer on the world stage, which was Savannah Marshall, who beat Hannah Rankin, Scotland's Hannah Rankin, for the WBO female title. And I've also been writing for Scottish Football Supporters Association, where I have reimagined Neil Lennon's outburst over the speculation as him being the General Secretary of the Saltcoats Baton Twirling Association. So those are things that will come out in the period from now on. However, much though right now we are in a period of uncertain, unprecedented, unbelievable pandemic that we face, when England, south of here, they have finally listened to the experts and they are now going into a month-long lockdown. People believe that this is so that we can have some kind of normal Christmas, so that what will happen is that we will send the R number down, the rate of infection down, so that we're all able to go back out and reinfect each other. Obviously, we do believe that, those of us who are sensible enough, that this is a pandemic that we're going to have to live with, that it's going to be with us for the rest of our lives until a vaccine arrives. It's not going to be wholly safe. And because Lorna's family are a massive family, and they're normally ours for Christmas, this is a period of time that we would like to be as normal as possible. Last Christmas we were all together. This Christmas we would like to be all together. Will that happen? I have no idea. But plans are in place to find some way of making it happen, virtually or otherwise. As we sit and look across the pond, look at America and look at how they're dealing with things, sympathy is the overriding issue. It's not one of awe, it's not one of admiration, it is sympathy, as infection rates are going through the roof in parts of the American Midwest and parts of the southern states, part of America, all of America almost, as the man in the White House seems to be unable to understand, comprehend even the most basic scientific facts, which is that if somebody who is infectious touches somebody who is not, that is therefore carried on. The carry on that he has been indulged in over the last 4 years, the lies that have been told, he has never been held to the account that on the 3rd of November the American people have the opportunity to so do. Forget impeachment, which was a non-starter in many ways because the Republican Party rallied round a man who they considered their own. Forget media speculation, for the supporters of Donald Trump have been told that it's just lies, it's fake news. so that instead of listening to those outlets who in the past have been able to bring down institutions, presidents and others because of their wrongdoing, because they are not part of the machine of politics that Donald Trump is. And this is something that I think is a massive part of the last 4 years. Donald Trump is the consummate corrupt politician. I wrote a few weeks ago that what happened was he didn't drain the swamp, he merely changed the water. What happened was he turned what was already a poisonous system in terms of lobbying and media power into something which was unbelievable. And yet it was there. Now, media power is something that has wielded, as it has over here, incredibly negative things, including hacking into people's phones and trial by media, forcing many celebrities to the point of absolute exhaustion that taking their own lives is the only way out. That is wrong. But to have the lack of an independent media, the lack of scrutiny, is even more wrong. We should not hold people up because they can get away with it. We should hold people up because what they're doing is obvious, is positive, is progressive and not regressive. And over the last 4 years, America has suffered from this idea of making America great again, somehow returning to values and times as we did during the Thatcher era in the United Kingdom, to a Victorian time where children were sent up chimneys, but there were values, Victorian values, moral values that we could adhere to. There are no moral values in Donald J. Trump's White House. There is only a claim to power, which on the 3rd of November the American people have the opportunity to do something about. Will they? Well, the thing about elections is, and about plebiscites, is that the only way in which they end up being the way they should be is if people get out and vote. So, from over here to over there, please exercise your democratic function. Why? Because people who've served in the military, who've died in wars in order to protect democracy, did so not that you are then able to believe somebody in the White House, but you're able to take a knee and protest at what they do. Not so that you can vote in somebody who's going to tell you what to think and what to do, but that you are able to demonstrate you have the ability to think for yourself and be who you need to be to protect your family. And that means that if you vote Republican and you vote for Donald Trump, you have exercised your own democratic right. And I support that fully. What I don't support is people staying at home saying to others there's no point, and then complaining at the result. That's not fair. Neither is what has happened to the American people in the last 4 years. And I pray, I believe in, oh God, what they do this week should hound Donald Trump out of the White House. My prediction doesn't change. It's either going to be Donald Trump just and no more, or a landslide against them. I know what I want to see happen, because the world needs a better America. So, here's hoping during the course of this week that what you do is you get out, you vote, and on the 4th of November we wake up to a very new dawn. So from a blustery and wet Scotland, which is still in the midst of its own storm, till next week, bye for now.